All right, welcome in Aquarians to your monthly tarot readings. So we are here, I'm tapping in to the month of March. So welcome spring, right? Northern Hemisphere, we're wrapping up the winter, which a lot of us are probably ready for. Spring is literally coming in quick. So this month we're going to take a look and see if there's any information or guidance for this applies for Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus Aquarians. So we'll see what's going on for you guys. So if you're new, welcome, welcome. How's this whole Pluto and Aquarius been treating you guys this year? You guys are on the forefront of feeling that the most, feeling the biggest impact with that Pluto and Aquarius. If you feel really, you've kind of been done with things that just really aren't aligning or haven't been working for your ultimate happiness. You've probably been blowing stuff up, making changes, making decisions here. So let's see what's going on for you guys this month. All right, so first card out is Peace. At St. Francis of Assisi, I think it's called, Italy. That's a 29 card. So that breaks down, 29 breaks down to 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. Peace. Okay. Healing. The Dream Temples of Asclepius, Greece. That's a 20 card. And Happiness, 19, Shambhala Himalayas. So we have a nice progression here. It's kind of going backwards, but we have 19, 20, and 29. It's almost like, you know, this, you take a step up and then all of a sudden there's this dramatic leap forward. I think, I kind of feel like you've been really focused on, these are kind of your three themes, I guess, that you've been, if you really say, oh yeah, that makes sense for you this year, or just right now as we're watching this, is finding just more peace in your life, like creating more, doing things that align with your peace, getting rid of stuff that doesn't align with your peace, really doing some focus on inner healing. And then, you know, again, what makes me happy? Like following your bliss and peace, Aquarius. And anything that doesn't align with this stuff has got to go. No more holding on to things out of, again, security, comfortability, but that doesn't bring you real, true inner peace and happiness. And almost I feel like there's things in your life that almost are always re-traumatizing for you, like relationships. I'm getting, because, so March, we have Venus, literally, I think it was the 1st of March, went retrograde. So for the whole month of March, Venus is going to be retrograde. So there's going to be a real focus on relationships. And for you Aquarians, I feel like if relationships cause you more, like take away your peace or just kind of suck the energy out of you, I do feel like that is kind of something that you're really going to be like, you know what, I need to create some space in between these relationships, or potentially like leave these behind. But I like these energies, right? These are amazing energies: peace, healing, and happiness. This is probably the theme of March, and anything that doesn't align, and really making decisions and doing things that are only aligned with these three things for you. All right, let's dive into the tarot. So the underneath is kind of what's unfolding, or kind of what's happening energetically that maybe you're not fully, what's kind of What is the root of your experience? We'll say that. So 7 of Cups, there we go, getting real clarity and focusing on what are my needs and what are my desires, and really making choices based on that only. 6 of Wands, Queen of Stars, which is Pentacles here, Queen of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, and then the Knight of Crystals. And I'm just going to take this because it's the Emperor. We're ending on the Emperor. So I feel like you're really taking charge of your life, really taking charge of a situation in your life, feeling like you're really running your own show instead of other people running your show and making decisions for other people. But like I said, there is some sort of, I feel like you're also getting recognized. This could be work related or just something you're getting recognized for. Maybe you've created some sort of success, more success that's unfolding in March for you. I really feel like this is really aligning more with what feels good for you. It could also be clearing some confusion, this getting recognized. Maybe you were confused at how you were doing as far as something. It could be work or a project, but you really are, finally getting recognized, like you did a good job. So it's clearing up some confusion about a situation. But I also feel this like really focusing on what your needs and desires are in March. And, and that's your priority. And really creating a grounded, kind of stable environment for yourself where you're, like I said, running the show. So you've built some great stability for yourself in regards to money, your home, just like what your life looks like. And I think that's the most important thing, is realizing that you are your own stability, right? And you don't need to rely on other people for that. Like, you have the power within yourself to support yourself, to create your own sanctuary, and kind of, it's about creating a sanctuary for you that really truly aligns with you, not making decisions, like I said, based on what you think other people's needs are, and discounting your own. So 2 of Stars, I do feel like there's been some potential, so this could be past loss or grief that you went through that's kind of created a lot of instability emotionally for you, and also potentially some uncertainty. This could be also the uncertainty of the future, of potential, like looking at maybe decisions you have to make in your life that could cause some grief or suffering for people. But I feel like, with the Knight of Crystals, there could be a lot of people around you or relationships that you've had in the past and in your current situation, of people that are always, they're takers, right? They're always takers. You're the one kind of holding the show up or giving. Because the Knight of Crystals is, they're more selfish. They're more about themselves. So I feel like this has created a lot of instability within you, is a lot of the connections around you and the people around you. I do feel like it has created a lot of just like heavy feelings for you. It could be depression or sadness. But I feel like there's something around, sometimes too, when we have to really put ourselves as a priority, sometimes we do need to make decisions that do, maybe relationships need to end, and it is sad, and maybe you haven't done that because of, you don't want to have to go through that process. But I feel like on the other side here is the Emperor. This can be deceiving too. I do feel like you have to take charge of your life and take the lead, but I also feel like there's people in your life that on the like on paper or on the outside, they look like the emperor. They look like they got their shit together. They're running the show, or I make all this money. But in reality, behind the image is really someone who doesn't know how to stand up and take charge in a true spiritual, energetic sense, and create a relationship with you that is strong, that is mature, that is responsible, that you feel like there's harmony and balance and an equality there. It's an equitable relationship for you. So I feel like that's kind of a focus here. So let's keep going. We got the 10 of Pentacles. Three of Cups. Yeah, definitely about connections here. This could be about friendships or just like, again, there's this, I'm feeling like with the 10 of Pentacles too, something that's equitable for you, right? That it's not necessarily about, hey, are they, giving me gifts and money, but there's something about what you put into something and what do you get back from it? And about connecting with, this is just general connections. Like, are these connections true, like soul-inspiring, soul-fueling relationships where you feel this divine harmony, divine support, divine love? And how is that, also looking back at like our ancestral, our family connections, there's this real review, and that's the key with like the Venus retrograde. It's about reviewing, reassessing, really going inside of ourselves and Venus is about love, relationships, beauty, and finances. So it's really going inward to say, reassessing where we are what our relationship is with ourselves, but with others. And where can we shift? Where can we, where do we need to put up boundaries? Like, what do we need to implement? And maybe even it's finding different connections. The 8 of Wands. I'm going to just keep going here. Queen of Wands, 5 of Wands, Page of Stars. So this is bringing up, I feel like there's potentially some conflict going on. This could be a very specific situation where maybe you're having a conflict with a friend. Maybe you had a little fight or, a falling out, but there is some sort of confliction going on here. So it could be a general confliction, like I said, specific, where you had a specific conflict. This could also be just conflicting of ideas, of values, of like what you give and take. Like I said, is it equitable? And there's a confliction here between, that could be internally for you, feeling like, oh, I have all these friends, but I just don't feel aligned with them anymore. There is some sort of lesson here, seeing the value in yourself. Maybe there's a lesson here that also needs to be learned. If this is a pattern, an ongoing pattern in your life, there is some sort of lesson here for you to become aware of and learn, to overcome and to create new, stronger connections. I feel like you have to learn the lesson. Sometimes that does mean the lesson is having enough love and respect for yourself that you have to cut these relationships off. But I feel like you've been really feeling empowered and confident in who you are, and empowered in regards to like, you're feeling really passionate about leading a passionate life. Welcome in Jupiter to the reading. And I'm going to clarify this 8 of Wands, but there could be a conversation that has to happen. But there could be some situation around, like the conflict could also be a situation around moving or maybe a trip or something. Three of Wands, Page of Cups, 2 pages, Ace of Cups. Look at that. Yeah, this is really aligned with the Oracle cards, like healing, happiness. You're really wanting to create a new life in general, that you want to be fulfilled. And I feel like you haven't felt fulfilled, especially in regards to your relationships, like truly, deeply, soulfully fulfilled. But there's a new beginning starting here. And I like this, like at the end point here of this is what you're going towards. If there was a conflict, or if there's an ongoing sort of just feeling conflict with again, friends, a friend, some sort of relationship, if there was a specific conflict, I do feel like potentially, you know, someone reaches out to apologize, or there's some apology needed here, or some sort of truce. But I do feel like this is happening, like, again, because there's a lesson around this for you. There's something too about needing to set your expectations or boundaries. This could be with family or friends again. Oh boy, I'm sorry. We got a Jupiter that's he's crashing the party here. So let's see. Let me see what this Eight of Wands is about. Justice. Yeah, karmic. This is a karmic rebalancing. Six of Cups. So, interestingly, going down a whole different path here, this could be someone from your past that reaches out, that you're connect with or communicate with. But there's something karmic about this where it's like karma's bringing you guys back together for some of you. This can also just in general be about reconciling your past. Reconciling some lessons that you've had to go through in regards to relationships. This could have stemmed from childhood, like your parent relationships. But there's some reconciliation that has to happen here that's going to recalibrate or balance out your karma, your ancestral karma, and also helping you to move forward and create and manifest new types of connections and dynamics in your relationships. And it's finally time to actually learn this lesson. What's the Three of Cups, Five of Wands, the conflict here? Ace of Stars. Yeah, this happened because there's an opportunity here. Five of Swords. So there's an opportunity here because there is either one person or a theme in your life of people who you can probably blatantly call them manipulators. They're very controlling. It's like they're always trying to get more out of you than, like I said, than they are willing or able to give in return. And that can be anything from, you know, again, time, money, just emotional connection, support. There's a lot of withholding energy here going on within this card. If you see, she's kind of hoarding all those swords to herself. And in blocking, you know, this could be you as well because of your relationships and your past and your connections. I do feel like you hold your heart close to your chest. I feel like there's a lack of depth there that you're not willing to open up because of the types of connections and dynamics you've had. Like, I feel like you're really yearning to be able to really open up into a depth that I don't know if you've had that level of depth before with someone. And this could be love, you know, that you're looking for a love relationship that goes to the depths, that you're really able to dive deep into your feelings and who you are and your truth and your fears and really connect in such a deep way. But I do feel like you have two aces here. So there is something about March opening up a new, this is a new beginning, a new opportunity to, for one, to create new connections that, again, align with where you're at in your life and wanting more depth and fulfillment. But there's also about reconciling these certain connections or dynamics that you've had maybe for a long time from the past that, again, there's patterns there. And patterns on how you show up. And sometimes too with these dynamics, you just kind of are very cold and shut the door and kind of withhold your time or energy or feelings. But I feel like there's a new, better way to also approach this. That's speaking your truth. Instead of just, I don't want to say ghosting. It's more cold. It's like being cold to people. There's something there. I'm just seeing here if there's anything else to clarify. What's the Knight of Crystals, the Emperor? The Hierophant. So I do feel like these people are very, this is like a very traditional, kind of stuck in a very traditional or old type of, these are like ways of thinking and being and doing things. I don't know. This could also refer to a commitment, like a marriage or a real committed relationship that, like I talked about, you've been really in this like uncertainty, not sure what to do about it for a while. Some of you, it could be about uncertain about the level of commitment or the type of commitment you're in. Like, is this something that, you really feel 100% about? But there's really a theme. So for you, Aquarius, in March, the theme is really going to be, spotlight on relationships. What are those dynamics? If there's any dynamics that, again, are controlling, manipulative, that's not very authentic, right? So it's, again, they might have appeared on the surface or on paper as great, but I feel like you're definitely awakening to, I feel like you already have, like you're already seeing the relationships in your life that don't serve you any longer, but I think that's kind of what's going on. And you're going to be really hardcore about like, hey, is this aligned with my ultimate happiness? Is this following my bliss? Is this create peace in my heart, in my mind, in my body? And if not, it's not aligned with my future anymore. So that seems to be the big theme for you this month. What's interesting is I don't see a Death card or a Tower card. We have the Five of Cups. But let's see, what's the ultimate guidance here for March? King of Wands, okay. Eight of Crystals, Eight of Swords, and the Star. So there is some sort of healing that has to happen this month. I feel like you feel very stuck in a situation in your life, or I feel like you've been in denial about a person in your life. This could be a relationship for a long time. Like you've kind of you felt stuck, but you're also not wanting to face it, or You don't know how to get out of it. But there is something about healing this and going towards your ultimate true wish in life. And it could be meaning, you know, that this relationship is, oh yeah, Ten of Swords. I feel like you've been not wanting to face an ending to some connection. Like you've kind of been putting it off, putting it off. You feel really, it's like a tie, it's a karmic bondage. Like you really feel almost in bondage to this connection or person, even though it's not a lot. I mean, obviously this isn't your ultimate wish or happiness. Like you feel very stuck in this, but you also don't want to really look at, you don't want to have to face the truth and almost be honest or communicate the truth. But I feel like the guidance here is kind of saying that something does need to end. I think you really need to take the blindfold off and realize that you're the only one that keeps you bonded, like in bondage to this. Like you have the ability to leave or walk away. But there's a reason that you haven't been, that you don't want to do it, right? It's either your own grief, like of feeling like you know, facing the fact that it didn't work out. Maybe it's emotional, you know, maybe there is some sort of tie, like there is some sort of connection or love there, but so there will be some grief. Maybe you're afraid of causing the pain to others, but I think the guidance here is you need to follow your North Star. You need to follow what's your ultimate wish and trust. I'm seeing a lot about like you've really become empowered. You're the Queen of Wands here. Like you've got things together. I think you've built your own life that's strong and successful. So I don't think you need to like tie yourself to other people to feel, you know, secure or anything like that. So that seems to be the ultimate, you know, I asked what the guidance is, so that was it. All right, Aquarians. So hopefully that helps you out. Feel free to share this with another Aquarian, or if you feel like this is totally spot on for someone, share. Yeah, and hit that like button if you enjoyed the reading. But enjoy your March, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Bye for now.